Hey, hey. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hey, man. Everyday baby. Welcome. Appreciate you for joining. Thank you. Welcome. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Thank you. It's good to see you. And let me know where you're calling from. Let me know where you're joining from. Daisy, good to see you. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. We normally go live Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm a little bit under the weather and I won't be able to be live tomorrow for sure. So I figured we'd push it up and do it early. So thank you guys for joining last minute. It's amazing. Good to see so many people. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Thank you. Let's see what we got. We got someone from Virginia. That's Everyday Baby from Virginia, New York, um, Bangladesh. Awesome. So we got a bunch of folks here from all over the country and even all over the world. So thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure. I'm really amazed every time I get, the opportunity to talk to you guys live. So cool. We got Chuck from Flint, Michigan, and Maryland, and Illinois, Miami. So shout out to all of you. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I will feel better. I will feel better. It's not terrible, just a little bit under the weather, but not not too bad. Okay. I'm here. So we made it. So nothing to complain about. As you come in, make sure you hit the like button before we hop into today's questions. Um, as we get started here, like always say, thank you all. I truly appreciate it. You guys are like part of my family now. Welcome to my home. I do broadcast from my house for those that don't know that. So, anyway, ask whatever questions you have as far as your breakup is concerned, or if you have questions about a relationship or dating, those types of things, make sure you drop them now. If you're here early, I definitely want to get to your questions first. So make sure you drop them quickly because what tends to happen is I'm going to start from the beginning. And as I start explaining, as I start talking about things, the questions tend to build up. So make sure you get your questions in quickly. For those that want to jump the line, okay, if you want me to talk about your question first, send a super chat, okay? If you just want to donate to support me and support what I do, thank you. Obviously, I don't take it for granted, so thank you so much. There's a lot of comments and things on the channel I need to get back to. So much going on, but it's great, amazing stuff. So if you want to support me, support the channel, go ahead and send a super chat. Or if you want me to answer your question quickly, send a super chat. And I always prioritize the donations first. Awesome. Okay. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is good today. The last live we had, got cut short because my internet provider is just not great in the area that I live. It's weird. So I'm trying to find alternatives, but we keep pushing. So without further ado, again, thank you all for being here. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. It's the least you can do. All right, it's the least you can do. Thank you. So we can get some more folks in here. Now let's get to the questions. Our first question is from Daisy. Daisy said, last night I broke no contact and contact him to confirm what he actually wants. I saw that he is interested in me, but doesn't want to admit. Well, yeah, when you're breaking no contact prematurely, what you're doing is you're giving your ex a lot of comfort. Okay. You got to recognize what brings exes back a lot of times is not the fact that you care about them. So when you're calling him unprovoked, you're reaching out after he dumped you, what you're doing essentially is you're making him comfortable. You're making him feel like you will always be there, and so he can take his time. I always give this example. I say, the reality is your ex is currently in a fake breakup because they get to break up with you, but they still get all of the benefits of a relationship. They still get your time, they still get your affection. They still know that you'll always be there for them. And if they wanted to take you back, they know that in most cases you would take them back. And so currently your ex is in a fake breakup. There's no urgency. There's not going to be any sense of loss or emergency to fix things because chasing him. Okay, so do not come him for any reason. And if you're in pain, okay, take the time and hang out with other people that love you and care about you. So you're not constantly reinforcing his belief that he's better than you, because he's not going to come back because you want him. I've said that before and I'm going to say it again. He's going to come back because he wants you. He recognizes that you are an amazing catch, and you are. So you need to start acting like it. You make a guy comfortable or a woman, they'll never come back. Because why should he commit if he can get access to all of the benefits of the relationship without commitment? He's not going to. Okay. So make sure that you're cognizant of what you're doing, how you're showing up, and advocating for yourself. Make sure you're treating yourself as someone that deserves to be loved, right? As someone that deserves to be treated as a priority. Do not put yourself on the back burner trying to make him happy, because you're going to end up being taken for granted. Let's see. Next question is from Interlock. Hey, coach, just wanted to ask you some advice. Me and my girlfriend broke up about a month ago because of things I did when I was drunk. What's the best way to approach a breakup when you're the one who's wrong? What did you do exactly? She wanted to remain friends, won't take me off her Instagram, and said she is still in love with me. Well, I'm not sure exactly what you did, but it sounds like you've apologized for your mistake, right? So if you did one incident while you were drunk, I'm not sure how egregious it was. Like, were you physical? Were you inappropriate with other women? Like, what exactly did you do? Because depending on the situation, that's likely not a great reason for a breakup, depending on what you did. But either way, if you've tried to make amends, you've apologized, and she still will not accept, then you go into no contact. Okay. We all make mistakes. So I'm not saying you don't atone for your mistakes. I'm not saying you don't apologize and try to make it right. But if you've already been trying to do so for weeks and she's not accepting, you need to let her go into no contact, and give her the breakup. Let's see how she reacts. Victoria says, I haven't heard anything from my ex lately, but I'm still in no contact. He had reached out a couple weeks ago. Okay. Stay no contact. Remember, guys, I'm missing a lot of the context. I don't know the background of why you broke up, what happened. I don't know your ex's attachment style, what their love language is, how they typically communicate with you. So a lot of times when I'm answering these questions, I'm taking what you're saying at face value. Sometimes, okay, accidentally, you might be misrepresenting where your ex is at. Okay, so I'll just say that. All I can do is I can do the best with what you share with me. So always try to put as much detail as you can, but be to the point, and I'll do my best. But I'm definitely making a lot of assumptions. If you really need help about your situation, make sure you book a one-on-one coaching call. That's the best platform for us to talk about everything. Like give me the history of the relationship and all that good stuff. All right. But okay, let's see. Next question's from the Dawn. Bruh, it's starting to work. She called the third time. Good. And guess what? I set a date to meet at the movies. Great. That's awesome. I always tell people, like, relationships happen in person, right? Not over the phone. So thinking that you're making progress just by texting your ex all the time or calling them, you're wasting your time. You're making them more comfortable and you're actually helping them move on. Constantly talking to your ex is a mistake. Okay. But if you're setting a date, that's a great thing. So you can actually build and form a connection in person and slowly walk them back into a relationship. The only negative I would say to the Dawn is the only downside in your situation is I wouldn't have done a movie for the first date. I wouldn't do a movie for a first date in any situation, but also after a breakup. Um, it's just there's just too much distraction. You're gonna be focused on the movie. There's not gonna be any opportunity to really talk or connect. So, if you've already set the date, go ahead and see how it goes. Make sure you have a backup plan of something you can potentially do afterwards. But I don't like movie dates for first dates or dates after breakups. They're not typically a good platform to really um, to form a stronger connection because that's what you're trying to do. Let's see here. Next question from Just Blazing. Me and my ex have been broken up for 3 months and we dated for 7 years. I'm in no contact, but she reaches out every 1.5 to 3 weeks. I reply, haven't seen her since 220, so that's almost a month. Okay. To sell her sneakers. I haven't seen her since 220 to sell her sneakers. Is 3 months not long enough time? Well, it sounds like you're just talking. Okay, so you're definitely getting to the territory of where she's breadcrumbing you and you're sticking around. So if there's no business or actual legitimate reasons that you guys need to be talking, then you need to cut it off. You need to state your intentions, right? If you've asked to see her and she's not agreeing to see you in a dating context, not these pickups and drop offs, if she's not agreeing to see you, then then she's breadcrumbing you. You need to set a boundary and create some more separation, create some distance. So my guess is you've been too friendly and you guys have been talking for too long after the breakup. Excuse me. Oh, geez. Okay, Jimmy says, I'm doing no contact for the last 2 months, but she is texting me, checking up on me because she says she cares and wants me to be happy. I keep responses short and cordial. Should I start ignoring her? Yeah, you're also in the same situation as Just Blazing because she's reaching out not because she's this benevolent, kind, super thoughtful person. She's reaching out for her own self. She's missing you, she's missing the connection and she wants an easy in to your life. She wants an easy door where she can still talk to you and essentially keep you on the back burner while she's exploring her options. So after you've set a boundary, you said, "Hey, I don't want to be friends," and it just feels like that's what you're looking for. Specifically, if you've asked, this is a test, okay? If you ask to see her, especially women, women do this a lot. They'll tell you all the nice things, but when you ask to see her, she's never available. There's a reason, there's a person, there's something going on. She's wasting your time. Okay. The good news is the fact that she wants to talk to you shows that there's likely still something there below the surface. There's some kind of feelings. She still cares about you to some capacity, but she's not ready to escalate things further. And so once you set the boundary, especially after asking for a get together and she says no, then you can just completely go no contact. Do not respond until she acknowledges what you're asking for. Okay. So that's what I would do. You're definitely at a point where you need to set firmer boundaries and stop talking to her. Stop talking to her completely. Let's see. Jimmy says, no, I think I just answered Jimmy. Wait, yeah. So we answered Jimmy. Okay, next question from the Don. Should I pay at the movies? Yeah, you should pay for the date, okay? You should always be paying for the date. I just don't like the date idea, okay? Movies aren't that expensive anyway. Don't pay her bills, but you can pay for a movie date, dude. Um, Thank you, Coach, for advice that inspired me so much. Thanks, Daisy. I appreciate it. Michelle said, "Does the no contact rule work in a fresh relationship that went bad after a couple months?" Well, so the shorter the relationship was, the less likely no contact is going to be effective, because no contact relies on the premise that, one, obviously you're a person of value, right? You have an innate value about yourself that people are attracted to. And two, your ex had enough time with that value, right? Had enough time with you to form a bond that is worth nurturing. And so when they lose that connection, usually they're going to circle back and try to make it work and try to have conversation after they truly lose it. So if you've only been together for 2 months, likely you haven't had enough time to foster a deep enough connection relationship. So it's just a lot more tricky when you've only been together for a short amount of time. If you're just coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you. Let me just say again, I appreciate everyone for being here. A little under the weather, but we're getting through it. We're actually getting through all the questions. So thank you all. Thank you for the people dropping questions here. Wherever you're calling from, I want to say, I just want you to know I appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight. Um, I should have had my tea, but I don't. I need something. I need some tea or something. Anyway, let's get to the next question. Ayadeji says, I have a child with a lady. She's with someone else. I don't know what to do. I love her so much. I don't know if the guy she's seeing is for real. Well, you have to take her actions at face value. I always say, when you're confused, always bottom line your ex's actions. What are they choosing to do? Who are they choosing to spend their precious time with? I can't remember what coach online says this. I think it's Coach Corey Wayne. He says women vote with their feet. And okay, it's kind of a crazy saying, but what he means is, if she cares about you, she's gonna want to spend her free time with you. And so if you have a child together and she's still choosing to be with someone else, obviously she doesn't have a strong enough desire to make the relationship work. So I would take that as a sign. Doesn't matter how much you love her. I know you do. She does not care about how much you love her. She cares about how much she loves you. Clearly, she doesn't love you enough to stay. So just focus on your kid for now. Jack with the $5 super chat. Thank you. After 5 weeks of no contact, she unblocked me from Facebook, but she kept me blocked on IG. Is this her opening the door slowly? Yes. Okay. She wouldn't have taken any action if she didn't want to talk to you. If she didn't want to open the door to allow you to contact her, she wouldn't be unblocking you on Facebook. But likely there's things she's posting on IG that she doesn't want you to know about yet. So she still cares about your opinion. So all in all, it's actually a positive. She still cares about your opinion. She cares enough to hide things from you in this no contact stage, but she's opening the door because she wants you to chase her, which I wouldn't do. Let her continue to walk back on her decision. Next, maybe she'll unblock you on Instagram. Okay. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Thank you and welcome. Let's see here. What else we got? Hmm. Next question is from Virgo. So I did somewhat no contact for months around Valentine's. He called and texted, but I did not respond. It's been totally silent. I'm not gonna lie. He normally calls or tries to contact me by now. So have you guys talked since you started this no contact? I always say, you know, No contact is not about ignoring or punishing your ex. So when he's contacting you, what's your reason for not responding? Unless there's a good reason, unless something happened that, like, let's say you were abused, you were insulted, like he cheated, like he did serious offenses that you're not yet over, you still need time to heal from. But just breaking up with you, granted, that's a mistake, that's hurtful, okay? But if you're still open to being in a relationship with them, you don't ignore and expect that he's going to keep chasing you. If he has any self esteem, at some point, he's going to say, okay, she doesn't care about me. I'm done. Okay. So a guy or anyone, they'll chase or they'll come after you to some extent. But after a while, they're going to give up. So you got to reciprocate. So unless I'm missing something, like why are you ignoring him if you still have feelings for him? All right, next question from Jerry Moreno. The ex narc invited me to have dinner with her this Friday. She's been crying and all that stuff. Good. Should I go see her and blow her back? Oh my God. I have to be careful when I'm reading. Why would you do that to me? Why did you do that to me, huh? I'm just reading the whole thing. Oh God. Anyway, so that's funny. Why does that crack me up? Jerry, why did you set me up like that? Anyway, basically, should you go see her and hook up one last time before you walk out? Well, if she's a narc and you truly feel that way, my suggestion to you would be to walk away forever. And you should. Whew. So just because she hurt you doesn't mean that you should fall into doing the same kind of things as she's doing, because that's not a nice thing to do. It's not nice to know that you're done completely and then go hook up with her just because you're upset, right? So my suggestion to you would be to go find someone else to be with, okay? There's a lot of people out there. All right. But Jerry set me up. That was a setup. Good question, by the way. Oh, that cracked me up so much. Anyway, Daisy, I thought I answered Daisy. Daisy, you need to back away and you need to stop chasing him. Okay. You've been in no contact, but you reach out to him. You're still talking to his little sister, it sounds like. You don't need to block anybody. See, most of the people that I talk to that are like, oh, should I block her? Should I block him? You're trying to do all these drastic actions because you're still emotionally hooked and obsessed with him. So you're trying to get his attention, like thinking that blocking him is gonna bring him back. No, it's the time. It's the time and the consistency of you choosing to walk away, because you do deserve someone who's crazy about you. You do deserve a guy that is sure about you. But if you're doing all of these extra things, blocking this person, blocking that person, it's not really going to have the desired impact if you don't mean it. If you're still coming from a place of lack, scarcity, and fear, it's still going to be repelling him. Anytime you put your ex on a pedestal, you are telling the universe that you believe that they are separate from you. You believe that they are better than you. That's why you have to chase them. Think about how we as human beings, like how you would treat the president, or you would treat a celebrity, you would treat a king or a prince, right? There's a level of deference that we show to these types of people because they're in a position of power. So innately, it's almost like we're saying, well, I'm treating them this way because they're better than me. That doesn't work in romance. If you treat your ex like they're better than you, they're going to agree with you. And why would anyone want to be with someone who's not on their level? So you deserve what you're asking for, but you're not acting like it. You're not acting like you're worthy of the respect, of the loyalty. So, Daisy, my suggestion is that you stop chasing. All right, let's see. Marwanado says, "Hey, coach, my advice on any advice on how to have a reconcilable outcome if she decides to talk in person, or how to talk to her to show her I want to reconcile." Well, you just got to take things slow. You got to be in the moment. Okay. Don't be so fixated on getting back together because you still have to evaluate her. I tell people all the time there's no way around improving your life and making sure that your ex has also done some work to get better. Because if you get back together prematurely, no one's changed, the relationship is still the same. And so you're going to break up at some point down the line, maybe in a couple of weeks or in a couple of months. So don't be so eager to reconcile. Hear her out. It's okay to show some interest. If she dumps you, just be coming in slightly lesser than wherever she's at and hear her out. Be open minded, but don't be so fixated on getting back together. In some cases, right, the best outcome might be the breakup being permanent. In some cases, that might be the best outcome. So be patient with yourself. Let's see what happens. Go to the date, have a good time. All right, we got a super chat. Praise and poise with the $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. She says, when can I schedule a coaching call? Whenever you're free. And if you look at my schedule shows when I'm free. So if you want to book a call, click the first link. You know what? Let me see if I can put a link here. I probably can do that. Okay. Sometimes I'm technically challenged, but just in case, you can click the first link in any of my videos and you'll see a link to book a coaching call. And then you can book whatever works for you. Typically, my availability is on the calendar. So you can see. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to paste that in here. Boom. Can I pin it? Can I pin the comment? Um, Pin. There you go. Okay. So if you click that link, wow, look at technology. I'm getting good at this stuff. Anyway, so if you click that link, you can book a call and go from there. Okay. Next question is from Amer Onzo. I pushed her away throughout the breakup. For 2 years we were together. She's a fearful slash dismissive avoidant. So that's what people call disorganized attachment. Okay. She fell out of love with me and broke up with me the same time her beloved dad died. Well, I'm sorry for her loss. What's your question for me, though? Someone says, I forgot all about this guy since I went no contact. Okay, what's your question? Solar says, um, he says that I was the one that broke up with him because he needs space to grow and be better mentally. Feels like an excuse. Is that valid? What does that mean? Who actually broke up with who? Like, if he broke up with you, he can't gaslight you into believing it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And if you're asking him about the relationship, likely you don't want the relationship to be over. So let's see here. Mhm. Uh, Having some technical difficulties, bear with me. Mhm. All right, let's get to the next question. Hope that made sense to you. All right. Yeah, so he can't gaslight you into thinking that you ended the relationship. And if you're asking him about it, like, you still want to be with him and he's not accepting. So give him the breakup, give him some space and maybe he'll come around. But yeah, that's definitely just an excuse. If you just came in, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you. As you come in, I appreciate it. What if she what if she unblocked me on oh, come on, make sure you type these questions well. You're making me look bad as well because I can't make sense of your questions if you don't type them out properly. Jack says, after 5 weeks of no contact, she unblocked me from Facebook, but kept me blocked on IG. Okay, I already answered Jack's question. Salone Man, I deleted my entire social media just so my ex wouldn't reach out to me or see my growth after. She ended it and doesn't deserve to see my potential. So you're putting your entire life on hold just so she doesn't contact you. You notice how she's still controlling you even though she's not in your life. So do not do stuff like this, okay? If you want to get off of Facebook or whatever, just because it's your preference, that's fine. That's okay to do. But do not be so fixated on this person that because you're trying to get back at them or whatever the case may be, you take these drastic actions. She's still controlling you. Okay. Douglas says, my 7 year relationship ended last year. I stayed in communication for 10 months before going no contact. Will it still work? No contact 2.5 months now. Well, it's challenging because um, what you've done essentially, you've helped this person move on. What I try to tell people, it's very important that you go no contact as soon as possible because the longer time you spend till still talking to them, having conversations, you're filling that emotional void in their heart and you're making the breakup process comfortable for them. What makes them back is the pain of losing you. So if you're still around for 10 extra months, guess what? You just helped her move on. She's likely over the relationship at this point, and she's probably going to go date someone else. Okay. So Jay Royal says, what books do you suggest we should read on mental health? Oh, I need to make a list, and I will at some point. There's a lot of books I love to read, but I think a lot of challenges that people have with breakups, has to do with a self-worth and a self-esteem kind of issue. So definitely mindset books. There's a book by Joe Dispenza, Break the Habit of Being Yourself. I think is a great book. Letting Go by what's his name? I can't remember the name. But Letting Go, I mean, if you look it up, I'm sure you'll find it. That's a great book to read as well. There's a lot of great books out there. And I will be sure, I'll probably make a list at some point. Okay. Valerie says, my ex didn't delete me from his alternate Instagram. He's been posting depressive things about being lonely. He jumped into dating a week after the breakup. What do you think about that? Should I reach out? No. You're still trying to find an excuse to contact him. He dumped you, yet you're the one chasing him. As much as it hurts, you have to get to a place where your ex respects you enough. You have to get to a place where your ex cherishes you enough that they regret this decision. If you keep chasing him, he will never value you. And you're close. Okay. If he's sad about the breakup, he's posting depressive things. That's good. Let him stew in that. Let him feel all of those negative emotions. As bad as that may sound, that's what's going to motivate him to come back to you. Right? But you jumping the gun and calling him is only going to apply pressure to the situation, and pressure is going to make your ex run in the opposite direction. He needs to feel like coming back is his decision. Like he missed you so much, he couldn't stay away, and he had to contact you. He had to reach out to you. That's what brings your ex back. Okay. So do not contact him just because you're sad or lonely. Okay. Florida boy says a week and a half of no contact, and she has been sending me love quotes and pictures of us. What should I do? Escalate. It's time for you to make something happen. If she's sending you love quotes, she's not gonna say, "Hey, I made a mistake. Let's get back together." That's her way of poking the bear and trying to get you to do something. So all you need to do is invite her to do something with you. It could be as simple as cooking dinner at your place if you have your own place, or going out to drink. Something simple. Relationships are built in person. So the texts are fine. It's great that she misses you. That's amazing. But you got to do something with that. I tell people all the time, breakups are 100% about timing. So anytime you're getting these text messages, it's not a coincidence. In that moment, she's missing you. She's missing the relationship. She likely, wants to see you. Make something happen right there and then, or as quickly as you can. Right? Don't get the text message and keep waiting for something to happen. A lot of cases, she's not going to do anything. Amy says, my ex has, I'm guessing you mean moved on, and I miss him so much. I don't want him to move on. Unfortunately, that's just life. As hard as this might be to hear, you don't own or control anyone, and true love is freedom. You got to want the best for your ex. And when you come from a place of peace and certainty about your future and knowing that things are going to work out for the best, sometimes people are just in your life for a season to help you grow. Some people come into your life to help transform you into who you're meant to become. If I could guarantee you right now that you're definitely going to meet a man in 2 months that was perfect for you, that's going to make you happy, is going to marry you and give you everything you ever dreamed of, I'm sure you wouldn't be in as much pain. The thing is, you can't see the future from where you're standing today. All of these things that happen for a reason. If he's moved on, you got to wish him well. And it's going to hurt like hell. I'm not saying it's not, but that's the best place for you to be coming from, a place of peace and allowing things to happen. If you really love him, you should want the best for him. Okay. Let's see here. Sade says, my ex reached out after 2 months of leaving me for his kid's mother, saying he wants me back. So I texted his kid's mother and told her she can have him. He's playing both of us. I haven't heard back from him since. Well, what do you want? What was your goal in that situation? Because if you were truly done, right? Let's say you were completely done, and then you likely wouldn't be in this chat because you wouldn't care. You'd be like, I'm done, whatever, wish you well. But if your intention was to break up their relationship first so he comes back to you, that was a mistake. Okay. You need to allow the relationship to unravel on its own. Stop trying to add additional fire to their relationship. So if he's with someone else, but he's texting you, it shows he lacks integrity. Loyalty means nothing to him. So what makes you think he's going to do any different when he gets with you? He's going to get with you and then he's going to get confused again and start texting her. Right? Let's see here. Where did I get lost? I got lost again. Okay. We got a super chat from Shido. Shido Roll. Hey, Black was in a long distance relationship for 3 years. I'm doing no contact. She reached out, but just asked, how are you? I keep it simple. Is that a good thing? Well, that's a good thing, but you got to progress the relationship forward at some point. So what you should be doing is, trying to have a conversation with her at some point. So what that would look like is um, maybe a FaceTime call, right? Or a video chat, something like that. So you should be trying to escalate to the next step if she's reaching out to you. That's a good sign. But because it's long distance, you guys can't see each other in person. So you need to be escalating um, to at least a FaceTime date. Okay. So if you're asking questions, I'm still way up top. Maybe I'll just do a random shuffle now because I know I'm missing some of you guys, and so I appreciate it. By the way, huh? Can you guys hear me? Okay, so someone just go ahead and leave a comment right now if you can hear me. Just say something. Just say, "Yo, coach." I think we're live. I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, huh? It's weird. Okay. Good. Just making sure. Like, yeah, I've been having technical difficulties for a while. So good. We're going strong. Let's get the next question. So, guys, I'm not ignoring anyone. If you're asking questions, I'm still far behind. So, I think I'm going to move into random. I'm just going to start picking random people. I appreciate you all. Um, let's see. So, the next question is from Buzzkill. My ex and I had a deep connection, but I got drunk, lied, and now she says she can't trust me. She still loves me and cares for me, but she says the trust is gone. Is it still salvageable? Well, it might be, but it's going to take some time. Okay. Lying, there's no love if there's no trust, there's no relationship if there's no trust. So if you've lied and you've apologized and you tried to make amends, you just got to give her the time to reconsider. Space is good in those types of situations too, because constantly trying to assure her is not going to work either. You need to give her some space. Okay, guys, make sure you hit the like button if you're in here. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. So we're going random now. I'm gonna just pick. So Brandon, hi coach. I broke up with my. She got she got with another guy 2 weeks after, and that messed me up. Sorry for what you're going through, my friend. Because ending on working on myself and getting back with her, how can I overcome this? Put all of that energy into yourself. I'm gonna give you a difficult challenge right now. If you don't have a six pack, then you're not ready. I know it's not easy to get a six pack. That's why I'm saying this. So I want you to put in all of that energy into improving your own situation. If she's dating someone after 2 weeks, she's been checked out of the relationship for a long time. She's been checked out for a while and she's not emotionally tied to you. So what you need to do is start working on yourself, get in the gym. I want you to lose some weight. I want you to get a six pack as soon as possible. How do I get this dude out of here? uh, yeah, why is that not working? That's interesting. Anyway, um, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, next question is going to come from Wonderful Creation. There's no one who, all right. Oh, Lord. These comments are great. Shetty Anique. Um, my ex does come back after 2 weeks of no contact on many occasions, but still acts weird. Well, you got to be making sure that you're taking things slow. You guys are dating, right? So you're dating and seeing each other, and you're trying to escalate that connection. So I'm very curious about what the process and communication has looked like for you guys since you started talking again. If you just got in here, let me just say thank you for joining us. We got a few more minutes to go. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. If you have any questions, now I'm just randomly selecting because I'm so far behind. So, but I do thank you all for being here. If you want to jump the line, definitely send a super chat and we'll prioritize the questions from the super chats. But I'm just answering random questions at this point. Okay. Ariel says, hello, coach. I'm from Paris. Cool. Love your contact. My ex initiated contact at work, proposed me to go to the movie, but never called me to go out. He dumped me, so I will never initiate contact. So, did you guys go to the movies? Like, what exactly happened? I'm confused on that one. Okay, because I know there's likely a language barrier there. So, I'm guessing, French is your first language. So, I appreciate you for trying, but I don't know what exactly happened. Did you guys do the date? Did you go to the movies? What happened with that? Abdullah says, broke up about a month ago. I caught her cheating, but instead of feeling ashamed, she got defensive from the time we were in no contact. What should I do? Well, if she cheated, she lacks integrity. And if she's still defensive about what she did, she likely doesn't care so much about you and your feelings and what you're going through. So this doesn't sound like someone you should be prioritizing at all. Okay, as hurtful as that might be, you truly need to be finding someone that cares enough about the relationship to be honest, that's not going to stray, that's not going to be hiding things from you and cheating on you. Okay, especially if she's showing no remorse, she doesn't really care. Lee Turner, you probably had a first part to that question that I can't see. Coughing up stitches says my ex is going to my ex is going to watch my dogs for me when I go on vacation. He still wants to be friends, but he is dating someone now. What should I do? Well, you're still being his friends because if you're agreeing to him watching your dogs, even if he didn't initiate it, maybe you did, right? So you don't get to use him as a dog sitter and say, "Oh, I'm not your friend." Well, you're being a friend because that's what friends do for each other. He's helping you with your dog, which is fine, but you're not giving the distance and space and mystery. So you're still doing friendship things. So you haven't really set any boundaries between both of you, and he's dating someone else. So likely you're just hurting your own self emotionally. Find someone else, pay someone else to do it, or find another friend that can do it. All right, let's see here. Next question is from Cool Kalen. Cool Kalen. Me and my ex were together beginning of high school for 8 years, and we just broke up because she thinks we aren't compatible. I'm sorry. That's hurtful. Obviously, you built a long-term relationship with her, so that hurts. But give it some space and make sure that you're improving your own situation during no contact. Make sure you're doing that because, again, they come back because they lost someone special. Okay. So, as much as it hurts, like for a lot of you, you're dealing with a lot of emotional pain and turmoil right now. Make sure you're doing your best to improve your situation because that will make you more attractive. And at the end of the day, your ex is still a human being. If you're their best option, guess what? They're going to contact you. Coughing up stitches, I just answered your question. So you should not be friends. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. You should not be friends. And also, you're still doing friendship things. Because if you're allowing him to watch your dog or you're asking him to watch your dog, he said it was agreed before the breakup. Okay. So it was agreed before the breakup. Okay, got it. Good job. So if it was agreed before the breakup, it's okay for you to find someone else to do it. Because the more you continue in these relationships without titles, you're only hurting your own self, especially because he's dating someone else. So if I were you coughing up stitches, I would find someone else to do it and say, hey, I don't want to be friends. And I do respect that you're dating someone else. So if that situation doesn't work out, you can reach out to me, and if I'm still single, we can talk then. That's what I would do. You need to give him the breakup and give it some space. Okay, let's answer Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren. It's the same question. All right. Coach, my ex little sister texted me saying my ex misses me. And I told her to tell her to call or text me, and she never did. My ex likes my stories, and she still has my clothes. Nothing to do. If she's brave enough to tell her sister to reach out to you, she can reach out herself. She just wants you to chase her, which you should not do. Let her reach out to you herself. She's getting close. She's likely on the cusp of reaching out, and she will at some point, but allow her to do so. So be patient. You're making progress. If she's watching your stories, liking your stories, and she had her sister call you, that's good. She's getting desperate, but wait for her to say something. Curl Talk says, my ex and I were together for 5 years, about to move in together. He broke up with me before the move. He's in a rebound. He's hot and cold. We blocked each other, but see each other at the gym. What can I do to reconnect and get him back? He also called me on Valentine's Day to see how I was doing. Well, he's breadcrumbing you, right? He's doing enough to still keep your emotions and feelings engaged while he explores things with this other person. So you need to not be talking to him at all. You truthfully need to not be talking to him at all because he's using you for an emotional benefit. He gets to talk to you whenever he wants. He kind of senses and feels like, okay, she still has feelings for me. And he never has to commit. Sounds like a good deal for him. So I know you love him and you still care about him, but you have to understand what brings your ex back is loss. It's not being friends with them. It's not talking to them all the time, right? So if they're in a constant state of certainty about how you feel, if they're in a constant state of just knowing that you still care about them and knowing that you want to fix the relationship, most times they take you for granted. How do I know? Because I've talked to thousands of people dealing with the same thing. The more you give after a breakup, typically the less you get. So you need to start advocating for yourself. You need to start setting and enforcing healthy boundaries, backing away when you're being mistreated, and see what they do. But rule of thumb, if your ex is seeing someone else, do not talk to them at all, right? Because no matter how great the conversation goes, you're still going to end up alone, right? As far as the two of you are concerned, because they're already in another relationship. So they have nothing to offer you. Okay. You definitely must respect those boundaries. J Films says, didn't tell my ex happy birthday when she def expected me to, and going strong, coach. Hang in there, bro. Hang in there. Especially if she dumped you and she's expecting special treatment. Don't do it. Okay, next question from Saul Santos. Hey, coach. Hey, Coach Black. Had a relationship for almost 2 months. Can no contact work in these cases? It can work, but it's less likely. 2 months is generally not long enough to build a really, really strong bond and connection. So people are more willing to walk away from short-term connections. All right, it's easier for them to move on. Next question from Lolly Gallegos. Broke up 2 months ago. Okay, tomorrow's his birthday. I'm wondering what to do. I broke up with him because of some hurtful comments. I'm still hurting. He's only asked once how I am 1 month ago because I liked his story. What did he say specifically that was so hurtful? What did he say? What did he say or what did he do that made what was so terrible about what he did that made you sure you wanted to break up with him? That's important because, right, if it was that egregious, maybe there's a good reason that you guys are broken up. Or maybe it wasn't that big of a deal and you walked away prematurely, and now you're starting to regret your decision. That's why it's important to know what exactly did he say? What did he do? Tolu says I dated my ex for almost 2 years. She broke up with me December 24th. Did no contact initially, but she kept calling me. But last week I stopped picking up her calls. Yeah, if she's been calling you since January, why haven't you guys seen each other? Why haven't you guys seen each other? Okay. All right, we're gonna do a couple more questions as we're coming to an end. And can I just say again, I appreciate you guys for joining. It's been an amazing call, right? I'm a little under the weather, so I hope you guys can still hear and understand what I'm saying. But I appreciate each and every one of you for being here with the questions and all of that. If I didn't get to your questions, quickest way to talk to me is to book a coaching call. The link is pinned up there. You can book one of those, or if you click on any of my videos, the first link in description, you can book a coaching call. All right, so I'm going to do 5 more questions. Okay, I'm just going at random. If you want to guarantee I'm going to answer your question, send a super chat and I'll definitely answer super chats. But otherwise, I'm just going to pick 5 random questions from people I haven't yet answered any question. Make sure you hit the like button if you just came in. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, so next question is from Chris. Chris, what's good, coach? Been together 7 years and we're moved in together, and she decided she wanted to break up. Been separated since January. She has been calling and texting. What should I do? You need to escalate, okay? Always remember, especially for the guys, okay? It's a little bit different for women, but for the guys, if she broke up with you, but she's calling and texting you all the time, you need to escalate to a face-to-face date. The goal here is to raise her attraction for you. At the heart of most breakups is a drop in attraction. For some reason, your ex's attraction for you dropped down quite a bit and then they walked away. So if you want to get them back, you have to raise that attraction by spending time together. You got to flirt. She has to see you in person. All of those senses have to be engaged. Visual, auditory. She can hear you. You guys might be touching each other if the date is going well. So that's how they're going to fall back in love with you. So if you're texting and talking to your ex without seeing them, you're wasting your time. All right. So, Chris, your goal should be a face-to-face date. Suggest it and see what she says. If she doesn't agree to see you, then she's not ready. She's just breadcrumbing you. You need to back away. All right, let's see. Next question is from David Mack. What do I do if X tells me that she needs to withdraw herself from talking to me? Why are you still talking to her? She's your ex. She dumped you. She walked away from the relationship. So I need you to stop talking to her. There's no way around no contact. Some of you think that by buddying up to your ex and being their best friend and talking to them all the time, you're going to get them back. No, you're going to get replaced. That's what's going to happen. You're making them extremely comfortable. They're getting unlimited access to you and they will not commit. So if you think you can go without doing no contact, be my guest. All right? You're going to end up wasting your time. Joy Cece, I don't think I've answered your question. I've been trying no contact with my ex who attends my university and is in my classes. All right. He still tries to talk to me and get me confused when I try to ignore him in person. How should I go about this? Well, are you still interested in him? If you're still interested in him and he's talking to you, I would want to figure out what exactly does he want, right? What exactly is his goal, right? If he's just talking to you to waste your time, yeah, then you need to actually implement and create some more distance between you both, right? Because some exes do try to breadcrumb you. It's difficult because you go to the same school, so you have to be cordial with him, but you need to figure out quickly, like, does he still have interest in you based on what he's saying? If he doesn't, you need to give him as least amount of time as possible. If you see him in person, just be like hello and go on about your business. All right. Next question is from JoJo. My ex has mental health issues and not sure why she broke up with me in December. Found out my bestie texted her saying to let it go, no more texts, move on, etc. I feel my no contact has been undermined and no hope. Yeah, you need to leave her alone. She didn't likely didn't break up with you because of mental health, okay? Give her some space. Definitely shouldn't have your friends texting her because they are undermining your no contact journey by constantly talking to your ex, okay? But if your ex has mental health issues, allow them to deal with that with the therapist on their own. But a lot of times, that's not the reason for the breakup. In most cases, not in my experience, anyway. All right. Anyway, thank you all. That was going to be the last question. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button if you didn't already. If you want to talk about your situation, like I said, click the link up there that's pinned. You can, and we can talk. All right. We're here for an hour. I appreciate it. It's been great talking to you all. Okay. And I will catch you on Wednesday. We'll be back on Wednesday. Okay. So if I didn't get to your question, we'll be back on Wednesday and we can talk about it. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.